We can talk about RoboCop, bro. RoboCop, like I watched the movie, I thought it was gonna be the dumbest shit I ever saw, and it actually holds up pretty good for an '80s movie. You know, it's like hyper violent and shit like that. It's got some cool action scenes. It kind of holds up with like the Terminator and shit like that. And what I didn't know is that there's this whole human side to the character of RoboCop. You know what I mean? His company's trying to usher in like this new fucking future age city or whatever, and they're gonna have these robot police forces or whatever. But one of their fucking purely robotic fucking creations just goes haywire and just kills someone right in like the boardroom while they're giving a demonstration. Like, it's crazy. And they're like, oh, we gotta have someone like half human basis to this fucking robot, basically. And that's RoboCop. I didn't know that was a concept. You know what I mean? And it's ridiculous. So he starts having like, you know, slight spoilers for the movie from the 80s, but he starts having like flashbacks to his former life and he's having emotions and shit he's not supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? So, the game, people were saying it's a pretty good game. I saw that it was free on PlayStation. What's it called? It's like the Game Pass for PlayStation, whatever the fuck it's called. But I got it for free, and I gotta say, this is one of the most fun games I've played in a long time. It's so fucking silly, so ridiculous. By the way, like and subscribe. I always forget to say that. Like and subscribe. Alright, so first of all, I want to say, like, the performance is pretty rough in this game. Like, it's jittery. It's fucking like the cutscenes and shit are a little awkward when the characters are talking and stuff like that. Like, the graphics are good, but the performance, like running those graphics, is really fucking jittery. It's fucking awkward at times. Like, it felt like the lip syncing wasn't great. It felt like one time there's a character talking and like the camera cut to him, but they didn't render the character. Shit just cut to like empty space. Yeah, it was a little fucking goofy, to be honest. And when you add to the fact that like RoboCop is already kind of corny to begin with, and just the game's running kind of corny as well, it's a little cringe at times, to be honest. it's funny because they're really going there with the story. Like, they're really trying to make you feel something with the story, and they're really trying to do like a genuine addition to the RoboCop cinematic universe or whatever like that. So they're taking it so seriously, but it's just so ridiculous. Dude, at times I was just fucking laughing. Like, it's just silly. From the very first moments, it put me in the shoes of RoboCop, bro. Just the way he walks, and he's like a fucking tank. Like, this just the sound his footsteps makes, and just fucking shakes the ground and shit like that. He's fucking tank, bro. Like, right away, like, it put me in the physicality of the character, like, right away. In a way that, like, I feel like I haven't really experienced that before. I was like, oh shit. Like, even when I play Master Chief or whatever, you're running around like it's nothing. And then in the lore, it's like, oh, he's supposed to weigh like 3 tons or whatever in his armor, but you don't really experience it like that when you're playing it. But yeah, RoboCop, just the first couple of steps I took in the game, I already felt something. I was like, this is sick.
The ground's shaking. Judgment Day is here.
Like, he's a fucking tank, bro, which is awesome, but it's also like he turns so slow. Like, you can't duck. Like in a lot of games, I can duck behind cover and shit like that. I'm just standing fucking straight at attention, right in the line of fire, bro. But like, bullets be reflecting off my armor and shit like that. Like, it's an interesting concept to not be able to duck and shit like that, to move slow and stuff like that. Like, it really just grounds me in the character of RoboCop. Like, he's got night vision and shit like that, so it really grounds you in being fucking RoboCop. He can like scan in crime scenes. He can fucking scan footprints on the ground and shit like that. He's investigating, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty awesome being RoboCop, I gotta say. Like, just classic shooter campaign where you're not even getting into the multiplayer and stuff like that. Just a storyline with characters and shit in the first person perspective. You know what I mean? But it was just so cheesy at times. Like, sometimes I was like, I don't even remember the movie being this cheesy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like RoboCop kind of talks a lot in this game. Like, you could pick his answers to questions and shit like that. Like, I don't remember it talking this much. There's actually cool like side content and quests, like it's just a meaningful quest and stuff like that. Like, this kid, he's like, his father who got killed or whatever. You can decide to be a good influence on this fucking kid. He's mingling with the wrong crowd and stuff like that with like some gang members and stuff like that. So like, it actually has some heart in it, you know what I mean? And then you can just walk around like not even doing quests, but you can like write up tickets and shit. Like, I wrote like parking tickets and shit like that.
Littering is against the law. I cannot allow the law to be broken.
You are just like her.
I was going like pure pig. You know what I mean? I'm writing you up for tickets. Hey, the rules are the rules, baby. I'm just enforcing the rules. You know what I'm saying? I was playing as a fucking pig, dog. Fucking writing up parking tickets and shit. It was awesome. You be walking around the world and there's a lot of optional shit that you can discover. There's actually like pretty big open zones for you to walk around and explore and shit like that. And it's kind of awesome. Everyone knows who RoboCop is on site. You know what I mean? I'm like a fucking superhero. I'm like a celebrity or something like that. It's just funny that a game this stupid has so much heart. Getting philosophical and shit. Like getting into the heart of identity, what makes a person human and shit like that. It's crazy. It's just stupid ass RoboCop game, dude.
How do you perceive yourself?
Perceive?
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is kind of in defense of like a solid like 7 out of 10 game. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people dismiss a good 7 out of 10 game. Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had. Like I said, the performance sucks, and it's just so ridiculous that I was kind of laughing at, even though they were in earnest. You know what I mean? They're in earnest, and it just made it even more ridiculous. So it's not like I would give it like a glowing fucking review, but yeah, I had so much fun with this game for real. Some of the enemies were a little corny, but when I got to like the second area of the game, it was like a motorcycle gang territory, and they would just fucking swarm you. You know what I mean? Like, just driving around in circles on the motorcycles in waves coming at you, and they're hard to hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty cool. And RoboCop could pick up fucking dumpsters and shit and just launch them across the level. So I was throwing dumpsters at the motorcyclists and shit like that. It was crazy. There's like a upgrade tree for your gun, and it's pretty significant. Like, at first I was picking up weapons off the ground, like SMGs and shit up off the ground, and eventually I upgraded my fucking service pistol so much. First of all, it has infinite ammo, but I turned like the rate of fire into like a machine gun basically. There's no reason to ever pick weapons up off the ground ever again. It was so overpowered. Just mercilessly mowing down enemies with my infinite ammo hand cannon, dude. It was fucking ridiculous. I felt the game was really easy. Like, I bumped it up to hard mode, and I was just indestructible, dude. I was just mowing down enemies. A couple boss fights were a little hard. Like, you had to fight, like I said in the movie, but they had that all robotic police force that went like haywire. You had to fight a couple of those things. Those things are hard, yeah. And like I was trying to, like, my strategy was like to run and hide and shit behind pillars and stuff like that. But RoboCop's not very mobile, so it's kind of hard. And I cheesed it once or twice. Like, I would hide behind a van, like confuse the robot, like he didn't know how to get to me, and I was just like shooting at him over the top of the van. Like, it was ridiculous, dude. There's actually like a lot of skill trees and stuff. There's like one of the skill trees is just for conversations and shit like that. I guess you can get criminals to like give you information or just turn themselves in or something. I don't know. I didn't go down that one. But the one I went down, there was this ability where you could ricochet bullets. Like, so if an enemy's hiding or out of view, you could just shoot the spot on the wall and it'll perfectly fucking take out the enemy. That was pretty sick. But yeah, they put a lot of time into the campaign, and there a lot of faith to the original movie, like returning characters and stuff like that. And they put a lot of love into it. But I gotta say, like, at the end of the day, after playing it for so long, I was like, it's pretty fucking generic gameplay. I'm just mowing down enemies. You know what I mean? Like, the gameplay isn't that unique. You know what I mean? That part got a little tedious after a while. Just fucking mowing down enemies. Like I said, it wasn't difficult or anything like that. I just felt OP the whole time. I mean, I guess I should be OP in fucking RoboCop, but after a while, I don't like when games are too easy. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people like power fantasy, shit like that. But I just think it's boring if it's not a challenge. You know what I mean? So it kind of lost me on that level. But there's one part that's pretty cool. You're like disarming a bomb. Somebody on the phone is telling you which wires to cut and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, this shit's fun. This shit's tense. And I'm shocked that I haven't seen more of that in games. Like, that's like a classic movie scene, you know? Like cutting the wires. But that was a pretty cool part in this game. You know, it's free on PlayStation Plus or whatever. It was just a good time. I watched the movie. I thought it was actually pretty cool. It's just so ridiculous. It's so silly. So over the top. It's fucking 80s. It's awesome. I had a good time with RoboCop.